We're doing it live! We're doing it live! We're doing it live!
And
We're doing it live!
beginning. Okay.
We're doing it live!
In the beginning, God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And then He said, "Let there be shite." So you got us doing the show.
I wondered where you were going with that. Oh, you little rat scallion.
Yeah. Doom. Oi. Jack.
Okay.
Did I lag out?
Yes, you did.
Yep.
I missed a bit on Harvey Beaks.
I made a really bad joke. I was like, "Let there be light," and then "Let there be shite."
Oh, we got that.
We know.
We
Yeah,
got that. Don't you worry.
Yeah, we got that bit.
Steering us back onto topic. So, we're going to discuss the first episodes of Harvey Beaks. What CJ Greenblatt is describing as a punk rock Winnie the Pooh.
That's a pretty good description of it.
It actually is, yeah.
Okay, that is the greatest thing I have ever heard in my goddamn life.
That is an actual quote from him in what he was aiming to create with Harvey Beaks.
So just to give a little introduction about it. So Harvey Beaks is an American animated show created by C.H. Greenblatt for Nickelodeon. If you don't know him, his credits include one episode of SpongeBob, Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, Chowder, Fish Hooks, and some DC Nation shorts. That's quite interesting. Oh.
Yeah.
He's quite a big deal. He's not up there as recognised as say J.G. Quintel or Pendleton Ward, but he's done his fair share. He's done a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So the series is about the particular character Harvey Beaks, who's an anthropomorphic bird, with his two best friends Fee and Foo, who are imps apparently. And it wasn't very clear from the episode, but like I kind of gathered reading this and kind of watching it, it's not just talking animals, it's like spirits and stuff as well, which is really bizarre. Because like
the guy said, it's a punk rock Winnie the Pooh.
we'll go into it. So voicing Harvey Beaks is a little guy called Max Charles, who he's got some good credits actually for a little child actor. I'm sure that one day we'll find his body washed up on a beach with about 5 syringes full of cocaine. Still
That's how I intend to leave Maisie Williams' corpse.
Oh wow.
The music, which I actually thought was one of the best parts of the show, is by a guy called Ego Plum, who's done a lot for Nickelodeon and Disney Channel. He also does Star vs. the Force of Evil, which the music's not. What?
George is not a fan.
I just shouted burn.
It's not that bad a show. We'll save that for another time, but
it gave me cancer watching it.
What, literally? You're having to pay for chemo. It's so poor from your chemo payments you can't afford to live in a house anymore. You're that type of cancer.
Oh wow.
George gets wheeled in the hospital, and they put on like, "Oh, sorry, we've only got one channel going," and it's just Star vs. the Forces of Evil on a loop.
He dropped the fucking controller to the TV screen.
George, did it give you testicular cancer? Is it true that you now only have one ball? George has only got one ball. George, he's only got one ball.
Okay, talking about the actual show, let's bring it back. Enough talk about
Alright then.
Cancer, that's not
Ball
really...
cancer.
So bizarrely, I've got the order of the episodes here, and they're the wrong way round. Because the spitting tree was the first episode, and then Pachu was the second episode, but they got the other way around here for some strange reason. So it was like
Weird.
it was an A and a B kind of. So it's 2 episodes making 20 minutes together.
Yeah.
So the first episode, the spitting tree, is about them liking spitting, and then they get stuck in the tree to spit, but stuck, and then Harvey gets scared, and then Pachu, which in my opinion is a far superior episode, is Harvey wants to get in trouble so he can go Pachu.
Yeah.
Yeah, like explaining the plot makes it sound fucking stupid. But
Seriously.
I liked it.
I did too.
fucking loved it.
Like that.
I mean, the thing with the
like-
plots there is you say, you know, it sounds fucking stupid, and I get what you mean, but no, it's the kind of very simple, almost imaginative stuff. It's like when Winnie the Pooh would go on a hunt for a mythical creature that doesn't exist, or find a heffalump or whatever. It's that kind of weird, wonderful, just imaginative flow. It's interesting. They're doing a lot with simple ideas and just dragging them out.
Yeah,
I
it was
really-
nice
yeah.
animation.
Yeah, I really like the bit at the end of Pachu where he thinks, where
Yeah.
Harvey goes nuts because he thinks no one actually likes him.
Yes. That bit, I swear to God, I think I actually woke up my house while laughing so hard.
That was really good.
I imagine that's what George does whenever he reads movie news he doesn't like. I'm guessing it's not far from the truth.
Yeah.
That's actually partly true.
Also the characters, at least like the main trio and the main guy Harvey, they are quite likable, and especially Harvey. The message is very heartwarming, at the end of both the first one, which I didn't really like until like the last 2 minutes, when it was like power friendships, stick together and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
I really liked that.
Which, by the way, that was a fucking amazing shot at the end of that episode.
Oh,
Where
yeah,
it's with the
seriously.
point of view shot when Harvey's falling. That was,
Keep in mind.
it's so simple because
Keep in
it's
mind-
mostly all static, but it was a beautiful shot. It was beautifully done.
The only thing is,
Exactly.
it didn't make any sense, because it's like, how high is this fucking tree?
But it's
now-
it's how high falling from that tree would seem if you were a child, though.
Oh yeah,
Would feel like if you'd fallen forever from something high, or
I kind of got that
Exactly.
impression. It just wasn't kind of like it didn't
Explicit.
really like Clarence.
Yeah.
Like the stuff from the point of view of a child is very clear. Like the bit when there's a bit where he's in the car and he's doing this along the telegraph pole. It turns into someone, or the other way around. So that's a very clear line being drawn. While here,
Yeah.
because it's not as relatable as Clarence, because they're weird animal things, and it's kind of the higher the tree is real as it
that's
is.
it now. That's it. We've offended the gays, we've offended Jews, we've offended British black people. Now we're offending the furries. We'll never rest until all of Tumblr hates us. Never.
Dobrock is not our
We're
world.
completing the full circle of racism.
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh man. But anyway.
Should we rename this Master Hate Speech?
Master Toons podcast, home of terrible puns, lots of screaming, and racism.
Yeah.
Well, let's not dignify the furries and call them a race.
Okay. Okay, good point.
We're quite
They're a bunch of
morally bankrupt on this show. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously. But,
Fucking deviant furries. So you go back to your own country. Stop living off my benefits.
but anyway, on discussion of that ending shot, that was one of the. I was really fucking impressed by that because, for one, this is a fucking modern Nick show. Keep that in mind. This is a modern Nick show that actually pulled off what could be one of the best pieces they've ever done. And this is also TV animation. I mean, okay, it's not as impressive as say like something you would see like in a hand-drawn anime film, say Song of the Sea, but it's still really, really beautiful to look at. It helps a lot that the music was so beautiful. Like that's something you both are gonna bring up, Jack. The music in the show is excellent.
The music is really great, uplifting.
It's excellent.
Yeah. Excellent.
But, going to that though, I mean, you go on about it being a modern Nick show, and I think you've got a point there. But we're at a point where they've kind of given Greenblatt carte blanche to essentially giving them, look, we like what you've done for DC Nation, we like what you did with Cartoon Network. Here's a blank check. Do something for us now.
Yeah.
So, how long until you think executive meddling starts?
I give it a half season, maximum.
That's
yeah. Whatever the season is.
It does actually show like that Greenblatt does have a fair amount of control over it, because believe it or not, this is something I discovered in the behind the scenes video he did with where he made his appearance as a puppet, which was fucking hilarious. He said that he actually got a lot of his storyboarders and artists from Tumblr, believe it or not, and so that shows that Nick is pretty much letting him do a lot of control of his own show. But I do agree, I'm worried that this is actually something I brought up as well on my post, saying that I feel like it was their best show since House of Anubis, which is, by the way, my favorite show of all time. Is that I'm worried that Nick might see into its potential and just, for lack of a better word, butt fuck it up so hard that it's, by the time it was over, the ass would have been stuck on it. If you know what I mean.
Yeah. So, Ryoga, what do you think of it? I know you just jumped in at the moment.
Actually, I did watched it a while ago, and I kind of find it very, very surprising. From the whole ambience of the show actually looks and feels like something that you would see in a typical Nick show. C.H. Greenblatt, the creator, did say that he was inspired by the earlier Nick shows, like the Rugrats and Hey Arnold, and applied that along with all of his touches to what he did on Chowder.
Yeah.
So there's this sense of calmness, yet it can also be funny. And after seeing the characters Fu and Fez, I can see why the show was originally called Bad Seed, because the concept of the movie is that Harvey Beaks is this. I would say Harvey Beaks would be the equivalent of Greg from Over the Garden Wall. He's this child of complete and pure innocence that can't be broken by any means. And then you have Fu and Fez, who are basically the worst people that you would hang out with, and that I can't think of any character that in animation that's completely that's utter garbage, except maybe Oscar the Grouch. And, I know.
Got one right here. Got one right here.
So some character totally awful in any way possible, and they happen to be your best friend. And everyone around you is concerned that you would turn to them. And that's basically the whole concept, is that you have Harvey Beaks and Fu and Fez, with different personalities, somehow becoming best friends, and neither one of them had a change of character. This is very, very evident, especially in the Pichu episode, in which Harvey tries his best to be this bad boy in order to be banned from the pool, and then it goes on the Pichu thing, which is basically him the kids jumping off the pool by the dragon, living there. But because of his good nature, he couldn't do so. So
yeah, that's actually something I really was worried about when watching that episode. I was worried they're gonna go like the SpongeBob route with something like the moral of the story is that if you be bad, you'll get something good. But he actually didn't do it, and when he does eventually flip and does get banned, it's not because he did a bad thing or that the moral that he got off scot-free. No, it was held because his friends wanted to make him happy because they were envious of him and they were sad for him because he couldn't do what they were doing. That's how you handle a moral like that. It blows my mind that this comes from fucking Nick. I mean, come on. Can you name the amount of times they've actually gotten this right recently?
And by the way, the funny part is that at the very end of that episode, he regretted it.
Yeah, exactly. That was fucking hilarious.
It's kind of very nice. Be careful what you wish for. Twist.
Exactly. That was a horrible idea. Seriously.
So yeah, I actually liked it because there's this sense of feeling goodness while there's still some comedy involved. And I really can't say anything bad about the show other than the fact that my only concern is how the network will handle it, considering its track record with what they did with other shows. Worst case scenario is that they would treat it like every other show in that they would not release any future episodes in order to increase its value. So let's say probably about half, we're going to watch like half of the season, and the next other half they will hold it off for like a year, just to keep it going, keep it interesting, and that's my concern. Then again, they did announce probably a few weeks ago, I believe, that they want their shows to be more creator driven. That's why they're looking for new artists and let them handle the way they want it, and the executives will just step off. But I take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah. It's like I said, I think they're willing to do that while they're taking an experimental thing. As soon as they start pumping money into merchandising for executive meddling can and probably will happen.
Exactly.
Well, it just depends where they look, because there's one particular TV show which which should have been a match made in heaven, independent YouTuber who makes his own animated show, and then he gets his dream of having it on TV, Oh, I'm not talking about like a good animator like Harry Partridge or Eager Raptor or Psychic Pebbles or something. No, I'm talking about the hit show Breadwinners, created by Gary Raphael.
Jesus Christ.
That's actually the story. Like, they found the video on YouTube, which only had like 160,000 views, and then they thought this will be a great new TV show. Why? There's so many other like more talented people. What's he called? Something Adams, the guy that does the Bitey and Brackenwood cartoons. Adam Phillips.
Oh, the former Disney animator. Yeah.
Adam Phillips. He's fucking amazing. Get him to do a TV show. Get him to do it about Bitey.
Well, we might get that in the future. I mean, although to be quite honest, I don't think we'll thankfully ever see David Firth getting his own show on Nickelodeon. that is just, oh god.
He had Devo.
I still meet people who get shown the Devo clips and think that's a real person. I have to explain to them who David Firth is.
Oh, jeez.
But going back to Harvey Beaks, I think if Nickelodeon can leave well enough alone, let Greenblatt do his own thing and just keep writing those paychecks for the staff, they're onto a winner. They're gonna come out. They're gonna come out top this year if they just leave that show alone to do its own damn thing.
Exactly.
Or
eventually, in a couple of months, they'll screw it over, or even like in a couple of years, when it does become a hit, they'll screw it over, and then they'll send their last remaining third season reason to teen fucking Nick, and then just leave me barren without it for a whole fucking month and being self-aware of it. God damn you, Nick!
Yeah.
Your spitting is actually going right through my phone. I had to walk away.
Sorry, I still have never forgiven Nick. I still have never forgiven Nick for that.
Yeah, maybe. Just maybe.
All on Nick now to see how they treat this show. And it's just fingers crossed that they don't mess up with, they don't meddle with it, and they don't mess with the schedule with it. At the very least, make it be as competitive as what Cartoon Network is doing. Because right now, Cartoon Network is the top network. It's, what we all think about it.
I mean,
They're-
you never know.
And even the big,
Even things, pretty much the number one network throughout the month of March. So Disney and Nick have a lot of catching up to do.
yeah, I mean, even Disney's attempt to compete with Cartoon Network with Star versus the Forces of Evil. Shut up a minute. I'm making a point. Is at the best mixed in reactions, but from what I've seen from Harvey Beaks, we're getting a lot of overwhelmingly positive stuff.
Right. I would agree.
And this is a good thing because for too long, Cartoon Network's been able to rest on its laurels. They've not really been pushing that much. They get away with doing shit like Uncle Grandpa because they've got shit like Steven Universe to balance it out, but generate goodwill that way. If Nickelodeon can get another show with the same quality as Harvey Beaks out there, they'll be competitive, and Cartoon Network will have to really up their game instead of just relying on the goodwill generated from shows like Adventure Time and Steven Universe.
Exactly. I cannot stand like Cartoon Network at this point with what they've been doing with these shows, and this is what I hope Nick doesn't do with this, because like I said in my post on Toons, this is easily the best Nick has put out since House of Anubis, which, like I said, is probably my favorite show of all time. And I just hope that Greenblatt and his animators, his Tumblr animators, actually manage to pull off something and just don't let Nick get involved. Don't let them get involved. Don't ruin this project. Just keep this the way it is. And if you put out something like of the same quality within a couple of years, like, well, we actually do have something coming up with that Loud House show that was delayed to next year. So if that turns out to be just as, if not better than this, Nick, like you said, David, Cartoon Network is going to have to up their game with this.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say, like, do you think this could be the start of a golden era for Nickelodeon, the same way Cartoon Network, a couple of years ago, they had like, well, maybe still even going now, they had like Adventure Time, regular show, Steven Universe, a couple of other ones. Finally, they had like good, consistent shows coming out.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, 'cause for Nickelodeon, don't forget Avatar, Korra, and the new Thundercats. That was meant to hail in a new golden era for action cartoons that never fucking arrived.
Because they were fucking screwed before it was even beginning. Fuck.
Exactly.
I can never forget. I can't forgive them for that. I'm sorry. I still haven't forgiven them.
Yeah, it's starting to clap.
But when it comes down to it, we really need to see Nickelodeon step up the game. Nickelodeon step up the game, it'll force Disney to step up the game.
And that way they can cancel that pile of ass known as Star and throw all the writers and directors and animators into a giant trash compactor.
George, you're saying this. Your reaction is exactly what everyone was saying about the first season of Gumball.
I liked the first season of Gumball.
Yeah, but how many people going on about how shit the first season of Gumball supposed to be?
I wasn't around when that point was.
For me, it was a very hit and miss thing, I'll admit, the first season of Gumball. But now, people fucking love it. They go gaga for it.
I still haven't catch up with it.
Okay, so I'm just looking at what on the list of shows Nickelodeon is coming out this year, aside from Harvey Beaks. So these are brand new shows that will come out this year. Most I have no idea. There's no information. One is called Shimmer and Shine. That's 20 episodes. And we have Fresh Beat Band of Spies. It's another 20 episodes. And another one is Alvin and the Chipmunks, which is going to be.
And just like that, whole hope is gone. It's over. No matter how good the show is, it's over.
That's all the plans for this year for Nickelodeon. Those are the new shows Nickelodeon is coming out this year, unless they decide to announce something off the fly. We don't know.
But I find it rather suspicious that they are premiering Alvin and Chipmunks show when I heard that they are premiering another Alvin and the Chipmunks film this year.
I just want to give those fucking chipmunks myxomatosis.
I want to cover myself in chicken meat and have my dog eat me alive. Or cover myself in tuna and have my cats like rip me apart. Or piss off my munchkin cat enough times that she snacks my faces off.
You know, if you cover yourself in tuna, your cats won't rip you apart.
Well, I mean, like bite me or something. I don't fucking know.
And this is not including whatever shows we decide to get from outside the US, like that Augie and the Cockroaches thing, which you already know what happened with that one episode, where they showed improvement.
Yeah.
So aside from that, but yeah, I'm going to have to say, right now, as far as I can tell with this schedule, Harvey Beak is probably the only Nickelodeon show, new Nickelodeon show, that's pretty much worth watching on the night. And maybe TNT as well. But other than that,
continue, sorry.
don't bother with the rest.
Yeah.
No,
So way to go.
it does look like a fairly poor lineup for the rest of the year, unfortunately. So maybe we're hailing Nick's golden era a bit too soon, alas.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh well. Long live Cartoon Network, eh, lads?
So in short, are we all going to be watching Harvey Beaks from now on?
Oh, hell yes.
Oh,
No,
definitely.
not me religiously, but I'll watch it.
No, I'm not going to watch the show. I've just spent half an hour talking about how good it is. Oh, never again will I look upon its face.
The only thing
I will come down to wherever the hell you are and just...
I mean, the only two things I want out of it, I want the tone to even out. Because at the moment, it's kind of this weird, surreal, but relatable, but pleasant and cute show. Like, the tone needs to even out. And I really don't get, like, which character's supposed to be a main character and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, in the first episode, there was loads of characters, and in the second episode, they're all, like, minor characters. And I want, I want his two best friends to like have fleshed out, because all I've got from them is that nobody likes them.
Except the audience.
Exactly.
They're okay. So should we wrap up and then we'll do our movie of the week?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Unless anyone else has anything more to say on the issue.
Not much, really. It's a really damn good show, and that you should definitely check it out.
Yak, what the fuck are you doing?
Me?
He's combing his luscious hair for our live audience, aren't you?
I'm earning my namesake. No, jacking off. Okay.
Yeah.
This is why we can't have nice things. This is what drives me to drink. You do this to me. All of you do this to me.
Come on,
you're
man.
proud. Can't you even see it in my eyes, that cold dead stare tonight? This much all have left me, an empty husk of a man.
Alright, so shall we, let's do our movie of the week then. So, we'll see you guys very shortly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.